recently once said that our greatest natural resource is in the minds of our children. This is a universal issue that, if enforced positively, will decrease criminal rates, increase economic mobility, boost college graduation rates, and give communities more tax revenue. The conflict of mandatory preschool is an issue that needs to be addressed because it affects everybody, especially those who have children. I will discuss this universal issue by first explaining the importance of early childhood development. Second, explaining the skills that the children that go to preschool acquire and how these children will change the future. Development begins as soon as a child leaves the womb. Early education in a child is the best way to ensure successful growth to our natural resource. A researcher of child development, Dr. David Steinberg, also emphasized that early development was essential for our child's success in the future. Dr. Steinberg stated that when a baby is born, he is born with 100 billion brain cells. Those 100 billion brain cells do not connect. They're not connected yet. And in order to connect, they have to have circuits. Those circuits are developed within the first years of a children's life, which are 1 to 4 years old. And those cells connect to 15,000 brain cells. So it's very important for children to develop learning during the first years of age so they can develop this learning. Annie Casey Foundation of Annual Kids Count reports that Annual Casey Foundation and Annual Kids Count, which is a count that is counts out the children that participate in preschool, reported that 53% of the U.S. children who were in the ages 3 to 4 years old did not participate in preschool. Preschool is also an opportunity for growth. Preschoolers learn how to share, follow instructions, and build that learning foundation that will be used later in their elementary school. Stephen Burnett, coordinator of the National Institute of Early Education Research at Rogers University, explains that research has shown positive learning effects on children that go to preschool. He said that preschoolers' effects do not vanish over time. Preschoolers also learn how to have emotional development and social development. They build emotional development by learning how to, in a way, be independent. They learn how to be independent by being away from their parents and siblings at such a young age. They learn the social development by they learn how to play with others, and they try to solve conflicts on their own. The children's also, their cognitivity and language also grows. Their vocabulary grows up to 900 to 2,500 words, and their sentences become longer and more complex. They also engage on hands-on activities that allow them to be better observers and analyze and ask questions. In order to make a better future, it is essential for our children to engage in preschool in such early ages. There are 7 things that making preschool mandatory will prevent. President Barack Obama expresses the fact that preschool should be mandatory. He states that increasing preschool attendance will raise high school graduation, reduce teen pregnancy and violent crime, and make people more able to hold stable jobs later on in life. He proposed himself in his Union State address that every dollar we invest in high-quality early childhood education can save more than $7 later on by boosting graduation rates, reducing teen pregnancy, and even reducing violent crime. Obama also points out the success of universal preschool programs in states of Georgia and Oklahoma. He says that studies have shown that students grow up more likely to read and do math at grade level. He also states that statistics have found that there are greater graduation rates, high school graduation rates, and individuals are most likely to hold a job and form better, stable families on their own. Nationally, 28% of 4-year-olds are enrolled in state-financed preschools, but not all states offer free programs. It's hard to pay for these programs, such as preschool, but while states adopt this universal preschool policy, it is very worth it. It is very worth in the investment of our children's education. The green symbolizes how many children are not enrolled in any preschool activities. This is a universal solution that will have great outcomes if enforced, such as reduce crime, increase economic mobility, boost college graduation rates, and give communities more tax revenue, all at the same time. Please help us improve our nation's future and contribute to our children's future by supporting preschool should be mandatory.